Alright, we're back, deer hunting dad's family. Today we got a snowstorm, so we don't have any school. So we are going to work on making our homemade drag for the food plots. So, we got this iron grate, I believe you call it. I believe it's made out of iron. I don't think it's steel. So, anyhow, we've cut our 2x6, 3 foot wide, or 3 foot long. We want to make it like an even space out past the grate here. So what I'm going to have Blake do, he's going to be helping me today. We're going to be making a spot here on the board that's like even with the grate, and we're going to be running a bolt pattern through here to fasten the board to our drag. So we'll make we'll have a bolt here to fasten it, one in the middle somewhere, and then one out here. There's 14 holes, so I figure we'll do a bolt pattern to fasten it out here on the second one, same way over here on the second one, and then somewhere in the middle, and then we'll be running a lag bolt pattern in a V form like this, and there'll be 6 inches and 5-inch lags. So anyhow, I'm going to have him get started, and we'll get back in just a second. Alright, so I got Blake here. He's working on making...
Okay.
Nope, you're going down to where the X is at, remember? We're only doing it 3. We're only having 3 fasteners, so we'll have one here, one down here, and then remember how we had talked about put one where the X is at? Alrighty, so what he has done now is he's gone through here, and we've found the center of the hole, the perforation for the grate, so that way we can drill a hole through, and we'll eventually run a bolt. And then we got some big 1-inch washers, and we'll get the board fastened to the grate. So that's what he's done. He's got it all marked out, and we're just going to fasten it 3 times here in the front. Then we'll have the other board here in the back of the grate back here, and it'll be fastened 3 times as well. So I'm going to drill the holes out real quick, and we'll get back. Alright, so I have the holes drilled here. Got it all squared up. I'm going to wait to fasten this until after I get my pattern figured out, but to go ahead and kind of finish up what we were started on. Basically going to go with a bolt, small washer, and then a big washer concept, and that'll be for the top. And then underneath we got a big 1-inch washer that will have a big 1-inch washer, smaller washer like these, and then a lock nut. So anyhow, I'll kind of get this put together real quick, as I've lost my helper, I believe. Alright, so these are lags we're going with. They're a 3/8 lag, and they're galvanized, so they should last quite a while. Got 5-inch lag here, and then a 6-inch lag. And I believe out on the end we'll start off with our longer to shorter, and then longer to shorter to longer to shorter. You know, kind of get that V cutting pattern. So I'm going to kind of get these laid out here, get it marked, and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, so I have a pattern somewhat figured out here, as I've got them all laid out. We're going to do a 6-inch lag out here on the end, to a 5-inch, to a 6, and so on and so. Alright, so I've gone through and I've kind of pre-drilled all my holes here. Got the 6-inch legs out on the end, followed by 5 and a 6 and a 5 and so forth. And so now comes the fun part of setting these babies in the wood. Alright, so a few minutes later, got a few in. These 6-inchers, they don't really like to seat down all the way. However, the 5 inchers, they go down all the way. Alright, so I'm back. The 6-inch ones don't really want to seat down all the way, so really my Loctite theory didn't work out so well. 5-inch ones are doing really good at seating down all the way. Like I said, this 6-inch isn't doing the hottest, but it's like they both get to a certain point where there's like an inch left and they just like bottom out or something, so I don't know, but anyhow, we'll get the rest of them done. Alright, so far this is what we got and this is what it looks like. Come along pretty good. It leaves it with, see if you can see that there, around a 2-inch cutting diameter. Back here on the back side it's about 2.5 inch on those 6-inch lags, so see if I can zoom that in a little bit there. I'm shaky, I'm holding the camera, I don't have my mount, so anyhow, about 2.5 inches there on the back side, so anywhere between 2-inch cutting depth of soil. Think it'll work. Alright, so we've got the one side all done now, as you can see. Got the fasteners issue, like how I want to do it. I've got it all figured out. But the one thing I don't like is the way that the 6-inch lags aren't wanting to seat all the way through. So if I drill a hole, then obviously I won't be able to keep them tight. So I'm just going to keep these in the form that they are. And on this back piece, I've gone through here and I'm just going to use 5-inch lags the whole way through. So I've got one here and one here. And so we're going to do a little bit different of a concept on this back side here. So I'm going to get started on it and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, so here's our back piece. I have everything pre-drilled. These bigger holes here in the middle will be for the fasteners. And then this is our cut design that we'll have with our 5-inch lags. So, anyhow, that's that part. Be back shortly. Alright, so I'm halfway through with putting these 5-inchers in on the back here. Maybe this will give you a little bit better idea. These holes left open are for the fastening holes. And so, yeah, we're going pretty good. I think it's going to work out wonderful. Alright, so the front side, back side, doesn't matter which one you want to call it, because you can be able to pull it from both directions. So it's all done, and these are all done with the 5-inch lags. And I kept them inside the 6-inch lags up here, so that way you kind of always have a guide. Whether you want to turn right or you want to turn left, either which way, you'll have that longer time that'll be on the outside, and it'll kind of give you the guide of where you're at. So at least that's concept. So anyhow, they're all in. Now we're going to start fastening this bad boy together. Alright, so I got to thinking, better show these folks how I'm fastening it. So this is my bolt, and I put a washer on top, and then underneath here I have a 1-inch washer, which is going to fill up the gap here, like so. See if I can get zoomed in on that. You see how the washer, when it gets tight, it'll be sitting on the rungs of those. So anyhow, that's a concept. I'll get them all tight and then I'll pop back on. Alright, so the 5-inch side, the last side that I started working on, is all done now. Put the cohetus on them nuts and got a real good sink down on the washers. Sorry, no pun intended. But yeah, looks good. Super pleased. Alright, get started on the other side. Alrighty, so the homemade drag harrow is complete. You see we got it fastened to the grate, and this is kind of the concept of how it'll be pulling. And so I wrapped around this way. Yeah, wrapped around this way for this side, and then that way for that side. So kind of like opposite pull effect. Never saddle a dead horse twice. And then this will come out, hook onto the ball, and yeah. There's the spikes underneath. So it's got a total of 17. Let's see if I can duck underneath here. So it'll have at least a 2-inch cutting depth. Some spots will have a 2.5-inch cutting depth. Then we got the big 6-inch ones out here on the edge, which will kind of give us a good guide of, you know, where you're going through, where to turn around, and where you've already been at. So anyhow, yeah, I'd say altogether probably weighs 120, 125, 30 pounds, somewhere there, maybe 150. Got some good heavy chain. So yeah, Saturday, let's see, February 26th, Justin and I will be going down and putting it to use. Alright, well, if you have any questions or comments, throw them down on the bottom and I'll get back with you. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, keep feeding the deer and they'll keep feeding you back. Have a good day.